Hey, Cactus crew. Hope you're going well. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Just want to go over Katie's post about why Katie covers purity culture. Did you know that Katie wore a halter neck Calvin Klein dress and a family member caught her out? I know all the details coming up. Please give this video a like, comment below, let me know what you think, share it. Please do consider subscribing. Make sure you check out the description box for the links. Everything I say is my own opinion.
Did I have a purity ceremony for my wedding? No, I was definitely dirty, tainted, and very excited. Dirty, tainted, and very excited.
She makes herself part of the story. She can't just cover something. It can't be for the good of others. It can't be because she wants to stand up for women that have been suppressed. No, she has to become the story. Every story that she has covered, that is who she has become. Because Katie Joy doesn't know who she is, so she clings to anything. And right now, there's an emotional heaviness around women being suppressed in cults or IBLP. So Katie needs to tie that in with her. Everyone needs to give Katie a hug. You know, she's been there, she's lived this, she's doing this for us. It's hard for Katie, it's a strain on her, but she does it for us because she knows the hardships we've been through. Bullshit! This is a manipulator. This is a narcissist who will try and tell you that they were raised by a narcissist, which they probably were. I believe that it was a continuous cycle, intergenerational, you know, because there's also addiction in this family that has never ceased. Katie likes to say, I ended the cycle. And we know that Katie's actions do not match what she says. But what is she saying here? Let's have a read. On the 16th of September 2023, Without a Crystal Ball wrote, why do I report about purity and modesty culture and cults? Because I grew up in that culture. One of the most lasting and damaging situations that happened to me was at a wedding. I was newlywed and only 32 years old. I felt excited to go to a wedding with my husband. He wore a sleek silver suit, and I dressed in a Calvin Klein vintage halter dress that was red and orange watercolor stripes. It completely complemented my figure, and I felt fantastic in it. At the time, I was probably 15 pounds heavier than I am today. I was a full 34 C cup. This is too much detail. The way Katie writes gives the authenticity of the story away. Automatically, I know this is story time. This is not real life. Take note of how she explains this event, you know? Let's not forget that Katie is a very insecure woman and has been insecure all of her life. She's never, ever found who she is, never gone on, some soul-seeking journey. Her priority is not her. Her priority is to manipulate people and get what she wants. And this is part of it. At the time, I was probably 15 pounds heavier than I am today. I was a full 34 C cup, but that didn't matter. The dress was extremely classy and not at all too revealing. We all know the code going to a wedding: never wear white and never have your tits out, because no one needs a distraction like that at a wedding. My husband and I walked into the patio at the wedding, which was held at a garden. A family member approached me and screamed. His voice bellowed and everyone heard him as he said, e.g. quote fingers, "Oh my God, Katie, put those away. I don't want to see them." Everyone stared at me. I could see the spot on my husband's neck turn beet red. By the way, it's not beat as in beat the drum, it's beet as in beetroot.
So, spelling mistake is all I'm pointing out.
You made me this way, Katie. You made me this way. I could see the spot on my husband's neck turn beet red. This flush indication told me that he was furious and protective of you or for you. Yeah, like, is he your slave or is he his own individual person being protective of you? If only you could write. We don't need you trying to get validation for your fucked up lies about your fucked up family life that you didn't have. You grew up. in Minnesota. You grew up with 2 parents, a brother, the perfect nuclear American family. In the basement videos, I will put them down below. You never once talked shit about your family. You talked about how good your life was, how much your parents provided for you. And now you want to backtrack and say, Katie's lies matter? No. She continues, I've never blushed in my life. Go back and watch when you spoke to Matt Bayer on YouTube. All of those. Oh my God, such a giddy little schoolgirl. Can't get enough because this guy is giving me undivided attention. This guy is talking to me. I've never blushed in my life, but I felt like sinking into a puddle. Everyone was looking at me, staring at me.
In a dress?
Yeah, this is a lie. This is a lie. Everyone was looking at me, staring at me in a dress.
With their eyes.
Of course, what else would they be looking at you with? This is what I mean. This is not true. This is you trying to use words to make up some story, but you don't even understand human behavior. You know, why couldn't you just correct your family member there on the spot? Why couldn't you say, oi, stop being an asshole?
Get your eyes off my tits.
Move on, have a good night. But no, it has to be a pity Paulson'S story because this is the pages that she wants printed. This is her novel. I've never blushed in my life, but felt like sinking into a puddle. Everyone was looking at me, staring at me in a dress with their eyes laser focused on my breasts. The dress was not scandalous. Other women at the wedding wore similar styles. I couldn't believe I'd been objectified in such a humiliating way by a family member. I tried my best to keep my composure, but I could feel men's eyes on my chest for the rest of the day. Why only the men? I'm sure that other women would also be looking. It's weird that you have singled out men, literally drooling. They couldn't take their eyes off you. You were way more important than the bride. Everyone, even the groom, was like, oh my God, Katie. This story is completely bullshit. I'm finding so much bulldang in it.
That's all I can smell is wafting up my nostrils. The bullshit smell that only comes from Paulson.
Years later, I confronted the family member. I expressed the deep pain and humiliation their words and actions caused me. Instead of apologizing, my family member said, E.T. quote fingers, well, Katie, you know that dresses like that make men have certain feelings. I just wanted to protect you. It's never from your point of view. It's always like you have, I don't know, taken someone else's story. I laugh, but really that's what Katie does. I started crying, sobbing. I was a 32-year-old woman, married, and a year later would become a mum. I didn't need to be protected. My body isn't an object, and I don't have to cover it to stop men from having feelings. How about my family member not objectify or humiliate me and admit they hurt me? They never apologized.
And years later, I'm still holding on to this pain, and so much that I have decided to start a page all about cults and talk about the purity culture and how that affected me.
This is the last sentence. I was raised in a home by a narcissist, and now I'm a narcissist too. So I will continue to manipulate you. This is the dress. I guess she has to put true story. Also, Katie, I need to talk about this new font of yours. You know, your new personality is not working out for those that can't read this. I would rather the block letters in bright green than this. You can't read this shit. I'm like, I don't even care what it says. But for the sake of the video, I will read what she has written on the picture with the beautiful dress. True story. I was shamed for wearing a dress similar in style as this by a family member in my 30s.
You didn't put an exclamation.
You made me like this.